I'm Faye. The King has shared what he's called the good news that his cancer treatment is being reduced in the new year. In a deeply personal video message, King Charles urged millions of people in the country to take up offers of cancer screening. He said despite feeling overwhelmed by his initial diagnosis nearly 2 years ago, early detection can no doubt save lives. Here's Will Tullis.
After the King revealed he had cancer in February of last year, it wasn't long before he used his unparalleled platform to meet those also being treated for the illness. To raise awareness in a country where half the population is now expected to be diagnosed with cancer at some point in our lives.
This is Stand Up to Cancer.
And last night, on a yearly fundraising programme, this most high-profile of cancer patients had this message.
I know from my own experience that a cancer diagnosis can feel overwhelming. Yet, I also know that early detection is the key that can transform treatment journeys, giving invaluable time to medical teams and to their patients the precious gift of hope.
The King also gave an update on his treatment.
I'm able to share with you the good news that thanks to early diagnosis, effective intervention and adherence to doctors' orders, my own schedule of cancer treatment can be reduced in the new year.
The Prime Minister praised his message as powerful, while cancer charities thanked the King for bringing more much-needed attention to this illness, something they say could help save lives.
What we know is when high-profile public figures like the King share their own cancer experience, it makes people think again and maybe check in on their own health.
While his was a message of hope and solidarity with those suffering, it was also a call to action, urging those eligible for cancer screening to get checked as soon as possible.
Your life, or the life of someone you love, may depend upon it.
Will Tullis, ITV News.
Sir Keir Starmer has urged resident doctors in England to take what he's called a good deal from the government and call off a planned 5-day strike next week. The Doctors' Union, the British Medical Association, is taking the offer to its members this weekend. Writing in The Guardian, the Prime Minister said it was frankly beyond belief that resident doctors would strike during the current flu crisis. At least 14 people have died in Gaza in the past 24 hours as Storm Byron brought severe weather to the largely destroyed Palestinian enclave. Among the casualties are 3 children, including a baby, who've died from hypothermia. The storm reportedly led to the collapse of 13 buildings as well as the flooding of tents. Recent figures released by the Israeli military also show the number of aid trucks entering Gaza falls significantly short of the 600 a day agreed in the US-brokered ceasefire deal. Back here, protests are due to take place in several cities today over Girl Guiding's decision to ban transgender girls from becoming members. The organisation confirmed earlier this month that only people recorded female at birth could join. It means trans girls are unable to be among the 300,000 members across Rainbows, Brownies, Guides and Rangers. Protest organisers say the ban is harmful. Girl Guiding said it announced the changes with a heavy heart following a Supreme Court ruling earlier this year on the definition of a woman. And finally, the actor Dick Van Dyke is celebrating his 100th birthday today.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. A sweet bitch as lucky can be.
He became one of the biggest actors of his era, starring in Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and fronting the Dick Van Dyke Show. Also a Broadway star, Van Dyke won a Tony Award for Bye Bye Birdie to go with a Grammy and 4 Primetime Emmys. Well, the actor's last film role was a cameo in the 2018 musical film Mary Poppins Returns. I'll be back with the lunchtime news at 1:45. Until then, bye-bye.